I'm Rob, and I'm shipping my Yamaha T7 down to Santiago, Chile. Ride down to Ushuaia, turning around and riding all the way back to Canada. Follow me to see where I'm going next.
Oh, we're just leaving Andahuaylas. I don't know, it's so hard to pronounce some of these words, city names. Andahuaylas. I don't know. Anyway, maybe give you a bit of a snapshot of kind of traffic in some of these cities. Tuk-tuks everywhere. And without a right-hand mirror, it always makes it challenging to navigate traffic in the city. Heck, this tuk-tuk's doing no signal light. It's like, you see, I have no idea what these guys are doing. Yeah, people just stop anywhere to let people in or out. Mr. Suzuki van. Got your light on. Okay. These collectivos, these Toyota vans are local bus service. They're everywhere in Central America, and they just stop and people just pile in and out at any location. It's just up to the person that's on the street to wave them down. So this isn't bad. Usually, or very often in these towns, it's like gridlock and there's just cars going in every direction. And so many of these intersections, they don't have, there's no yields or stop signs. It's just, you know, fight your way out or fight your way off, whatever it comes down to. Guys repair their vehicles on the side of the road because their shop's right there. They don't have enough room for a, you know, garage, so they just repair it on the street. Okay, we're approaching 13,500 feet. And this is the coldest I think it's been since we were in Ushuaia at the tip of South America. It's 9 degrees. And yeah, it's chilly, it's raining, foggy, and I got really crappy tires, so I gotta be careful. I mean, I don't know, the tires are great, they're just worn. So I'm gonna be careful on these corners. So that's all we've been doing the last couple days, is going up and down, up and down. I think yesterday, on the way from Ollantaytambo to Andahuaylas, We climbed to over 13,500 feet 3 times, and then down to 5,900, somewhere in the 6 and somewhere in the 7,000. So we're just going up and down these mountain ranges. As far as the crow flies, we probably did maybe about 120 kilometers, but as far as the road goes, we did about 270, because it was just down one mountain range into a valley and then up another one. So that was pretty interesting. Switchbacks all day yesterday. I don't think we had any straight sections over 3/4 of a kilometer for 274 kilometers. It was just incredible, actually. Really, really incredible. Always on the edge of the tires. Yeah, it's cold. I can barely see. I'm fogging up. Gotta open my visor a bit, clear some of the fog. This is not fun. I'm hoping we come down soon, because the visibility is crap. So here in Peru, much like in Bolivia, dogs are essentially feral. You constantly see dogs on the side of the road, in packs often, and they're just sitting on the side of the road, lying on the side of the road, often in the middle of the road, lying down, not dead. Some are dead. We just passed unfortunately, one that got hit, and then 2 minutes later, one was sleeping in the middle of the road in town. It's kind of sad. Some of them chase you, some of them don't even wake up as you go by and the trucks go by. So that's a rather unpleasant observation of Bolivia and Peru. A massive feral dog. Predominantly, but if you asked me, I wouldn't have had a clue. I know we're supposed to go northwest, but it was certainly wasn't sure to me. So a little while ago, we were at 14,000 feet, rain and 7 degrees. Now we came down to 6,600 feet, really quite muggy, 27 degrees, and feeling quite tropical. But that's going to change because, yes, you guessed it, we're going back up to, I looked on the map, 4,200 meters. That's 14,000 feet or so. So another climb coming up. I wonder what the temperature will be up at the top of that. So now that dog actually looks like a pet rather than a feral dog, that shepherd. Certainly outnumber what you see as pets by far. Yikes, that was close. Damn cows. Jeez. Locked up the rear. So at this point yesterday in the ride, I recorded probably about a 5 or 6 minute dialogue about what had happened to me the day before, but the sound quality was so shitty that I deleted it. I'm going to do my best here to recreate it. So yeah, so we've just had this episode here where I had to brake coming around a corner because a cow's on the road, and it reminded me of the situation I had yesterday that really shook me up, and I was feeling it all day on this day and even the next day. So Rob and I, it was around lunchtime, we were coming into this particular town, and we were getting hungry, and we had communicated earlier that we should stop for lunch. So I had passed a couple of places, I was leading, and I thought, okay, one of those looks pretty good. So we pull over in town, we agree that we'll turn around and go back to that one place. So it was in a small town with, people coming and going and that sort of thing. So I made a U-turn in the road, and I looked to my right to see if there's anything coming, and there wasn't. And then I continued down the road, and I'm going fairly slow, looking for this particular restaurant, and I wasn't looking in the mirror. And then I see this restaurant that we wanted to stop at, so I started to turn left, and just as I did, I heard a huge honk behind me and a skid, and it was this massive truck that was barreling down, coming through the road, through the town, probably doing 60, 70, 80 kilometers an hour, faster than he should have, but, that's what happens in South America. People just drive, whatever they want. Now, it was completely my fault. I heard him skid, I heard him honk the horn, and just in a split second, I didn't know if he was to my right or my left. I figured, okay, he must be to the left because I'm making a left turn and I didn't look. So I made this quick, split second decision that I better swerve right, and thank God I did. And thank God that he had the whereabouts, the truck driver, although he was driving too fast, it was my fault, but he had the whereabouts to lean on the horn and actually swerve to the left. And he just missed me by maybe 3 feet. If he hit me, he was probably doing 60 or 70 kilometers an hour. It would have been a fucking mess. My bike would have been destroyed. I would have been a complete mess. And when I was talking about this yesterday, I was getting really emotional. And I'm getting pretty emotional now because it was just it was just one of those things that you never want to happen. And I was so close to serious, serious injury. So I pulled into the restaurant, and I get off the bike, and everybody at the restaurant had seen and heard what happened. And the woman, I guess, that runs the restaurant came over to me. And as soon as I took my helmet off, she grabbed me and pulled me close and gave me this huge hug and just held my head and was just comforting me. And it was just, it was pretty incredible. So the rest of the day, I was pretty shaken up, and I wasn't really focused, and I wasn't really enjoying the ride. And even the next day, it was still with me. And I came out of that extremely lucky. Yeah, it was my fault 100%. I never expected this truck to be barreling down the road this fast behind me. And I just got distracted looking for this restaurant. So, just in the blink of an eye, man, your life can change. And thankfully, thankfully, my life was spared there. So you do whatever you can every day on the bike to be focused and to be safe, and then some sort of random act like this. I'm just so thankful that I came out of it okay.
Gotta do some product reviews.
One of them is on the chin mount for the GoPro. I won't do it now, but I've been thinking about that. Do a review on the chin mount, the Moscow bags, the tires, my riding gear, my Alpine Star Dry Star riding gear, my Bell helmet, even these gloves I got. So I'll dedicate one video to reviewing all of the gear that I'm using. video the last couple of days. I mean, the scenery's been amazing. But's not the right word, but yeah, it's like this. It's spectacular. I don't know how much of the same thing, even though it is amazing, that everyone needs to see, but this is what it is. It's roads on the mountainside with, you know, you're going up one mountain, the major valley below, and another mountain range right over there. And this is what we've been doing. Hey, look at that road over there. You know, and there's people living up there, and as they do. I read today, I was reading about education and standard of living in Peru, and they call it a middle income country. I think that's generous, and it's not to take anything away from Peru, but there's a lot of desperate little towns here in this country for sure. But children, so education is free through, you know, public school. They have a fairly considerate dropout rate, as you can imagine. And the education system, you obviously get better education when you go to private school, and that's what we've heard when we talk to the locals. Private school is much better, and it's not too expensive. Oh, well, let me clarify that. It's not too expensive for Western standards, but it can be about $600 a month or something, and that's obviously most families can't afford that. So yeah, it is expensive. University can be paid for if you cannot afford it yourself. So I guess there's obviously some requirements you have to go through to apply and get that done. But another factor I read was because, you know, a lot of kids have challenges finishing school, is because of the distance between their homes and the schools. And when you live up in the mountains like this, it's quite, you can understand why. Some kids, you know, they got a 3-hour commute to school, but often I read that some kids walk 8 hours a day, so 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours at night to get back home from school. Can you imagine? It's like, man, and so much in Canada is we drive our kids 2 blocks to school, and then the cars are lined up for blocks at 3 o'clock to pick your kids up because nobody walks home anymore. And here kids walk 4 hours, some of them, in the morning and 4 hours at night. It's like, geez, it's like we just have no idea, absolutely no idea. In this country is it's just absolutely magnificent, but obviously it poses its challenges. Yeah, truck coming around on my side of the road. Coming into Ayacucho, or actually we're in Ayacucho. Our hotel is right in the main square, so I kind of thought I'd film some of the mayhem traffic situation that we're very likely to encounter. Though I've already seen a bit of it, and yeah, this is not the fun part of riding. Yeah, just see, everybody just fucking stops wherever they want to stop. People behind you beep. It's kind of stressful at the end of the day. It's like he's flashing his lights. It's like, okay, I don't know. He's probably going to just stop somewhere. The light's green, but we're gonna miss it. Yeah. See, people just jump the light. This guy's going through the red. Oh yeah, he's in such a hurry, he had to pull over there. This guy's gonna stop here any minute. Yeah, here he goes. He's gonna stop. It's like no signal light, just fucking don't even pull over the curb. Oh, this guy just turned right in front of me. No big deal. It's like, fuck. Okay, this guy's coming out to the right. Yeah, just keep coming. Don't worry about it. Yield light or anything here, so it's just like, okay, whoever gets there first goes. Bus stops anywhere, people get on, get off. You got the hotel on, right? Yeah. So you lead. Make your own lane. Oh, see, I didn't go at the split second. I left like 4 feet in front of me and the guy behind me beeped. Ayacucho. Looks like a mini Cusco, as Steve said. here's a quick look at our route today from Andahuaylas to Ayacucho, and you can see it's pretty windy. It's only about wherever it was, maybe 250 kilometers, and then a better close-up here is you can see how crazy windy it is in the mountains there, and then pan out here and you can see where those two cities are in Peru.